And yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in to our Wednesday evening live stream. So we've got a slightly different control room for me tonight. So that's a little bit of a change. It's giving me a lot more information and data about the stream. So that all looks a little bit different, and so it has thrown me a little bit. I'll just go back to stream settings, I think. So that's what I'm normally used to seeing when I'm live stream. But that does give you quite a bit more information, actually, than what you normally get when we're live streaming. So hopefully everything's going to go okay with this live stream. You know, we had problems on Sunday. I have made sure that that the phone is unplugged, so we're not going to be interrupted. We won't be interrupted by the telephone ringing tonight. That's well and truly unplugged. I pulled the plug on the phone, so there won't be any problems there. But it looks like we are still receiving a little bit of some problems in terms of buffering. Again, it's telling me that YouTube isn't receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. So I think there may be more issues with this live stream again, unfortunately. So hopefully it's running okay for everybody. If you can all let me know in the live chat whether it's running okay or not, that would be absolutely great. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. I'll establish what the issue is with this. So the issue really is that the computer just hasn't got enough CPU. So I did a little test actually the other night in private mode, and just sort of ran the Streamlabs in terms of a little private live stream, and I became aware that we are sort of using pretty much 100% of CPU on the PC. So that's really what the issue is. I think that we're just running too much. It's running too much CPU. Google Chrome combined with Streamlabs is just using a huge amount of CPU. So there's not really a lot I can do about that other than get an upgraded computer. So that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to upgrade the computer. In fact, I've already sort of brought a upgraded PC. So I'm waiting for that to arrive. And until that sort of arrives, then there's very little that we can do. So yeah, just bear with me, while we're going through this. Eventually, I'll have an upgraded PC with a great deal more CPU, and then we'll be able to live stream very smoothly. But at the moment, the issue is definitely, I think, that we're just using too much CPU with Streamlabs combined with Google Chrome. They do, both of those combined, use a lot of RAM and a lot of CPU. So that's what the issue is, I believe. Our moderator Paul James has arrived. So good evening, Paul. Thank you so much for being with us. If I can say thank you to Paul for moderating the live stream, that would be absolutely great. Thank you so much, Paul, for doing that. So I've had a very relaxed and laid back sort of day today. Savvy did the 5-day forecast for me, and a very good job he did of it as well. Very interesting 5-day forecast. If you haven't seen Savvy's 5-day forecast yet, then please check in when you're done with the live stream. Check in Savvy's 5-day forecast and have a look at that. So we're going to be doing the same idea as we did last week, last Wednesday. So we're going to go through, we're going to sort of live stream a 10 to 14 day video update, really. So I'll go through everything that I would normally go through in a regular 10 to 14 day video upload, and yeah, so that's what we're going to do on our live stream tonight. I'll be taking questions as well. Okay, let's go through the live chat and see who is in with us then. So, first person in is Callum Turley. So, good evening, Callum. Thank you so much for being with us. Dylan is also with us as well. Dylan Holbrook saying, good evening. How is everyone? Hope you had a wonderful Wednesday. Yeah, I've had a great day. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you so much for being with us on our live. We've got 53 concurrent viewers with us right now. So, hello, good evening. Thank you so much, everybody, for being with us. If you can give us a like on the video, that would be absolutely great. Sani is with us as well. Sani Patel saying hello, Gavin. So good evening, Sani. Manning, and Mohammed Hassan is with us as well. So good evening, Mohammed. DS is with us. DS1868 saying hello, Gav, and everyone. Will it really get hot on Friday? 22 degrees at Cambridge today. Things will need to change fast to reach over 30 in only 2 days. They're going to have to, aren't they, DS? And we'll see. We're going to look at the data very shortly. So we'll have a look at the data very soon and see what the latest model output is predicting. But certainly I think we're going to go over 30 degrees. If we get the 20 Celsius isotherm into the UK, then we have got to go over 20 degrees, I think. Right, let's move on down then. So, also got Jefferscraft with us, Jefferscraft Gaming. So, good evening, Jefferscraft. Thank you so much for being with us on our live stream. Tonight, Jeffers saying it's hot here every summer. I can't remember a summer when it was ever cool. Well, that's where you are, Jeffers, isn't it? In California, it's bound to be hot in the summer there, I think. So lots of conversation going on. So yeah, if you sort of get involved with one another in the live chat and have a discussion, then that's absolutely great. We love you to have a bit of a chat with one another as well. Harvey Harbour saying Thursday and Friday is windy for West Wales, and that's the only warm days here. Yeah, you're not going to be in pole position for this one. It's further south and southeast, Harvey. City Andy with us, my good friend Andy, saying afternoon all, Sammy did a great job on 5-day forecast. Yeah, Sammy did an excellent job on the 5-day forecast. Weather with Seth is with us, saying hi. So good evening, Weather with Seth. Thank you so much for being with us. I think you're on the East Coast, aren't you? I think you're over on the East Coast of the United States. So yeah, good evening, Weather with Seth, and thank you for being with us. Adrian Major is with us, my good friend Adrian, saying good evening everyone, evening Gav, hope you're well. Have missed the last 2 streams due to football games, so looking forward to this one so much. Thank you for being with us on this Wednesday evening, Adrian. Thank you so much for being with us on this Wednesday evening, and yeah, I'm absolutely great, and I hope you had a lovely day as well. Lisa Cotton is with us, so good evening Lisa, thank you for being with us on our live stream tonight. Hope you're having a lovely day. We are approaching 60 concurrent viewers, so hello. Thank you so much for everybody for being with us. So Dylan is saying it's been a relatively warm day in the southeast of South Essex today, a respectable 23.6 degrees for Dylan today. So that's not too bad. It's probably about average, I would have thought. That's probably about average for like a late July afternoon. So you're not done too bad, but it'll be warmer where you are tomorrow, Dylan. Definitely will. Mark Kanish, evening Gavin, hope you're well. If the Atlantic is in a warm state, does that mean we won't get a cold winter or even a hot summer? Well, it's probably a bit late to have a hot summer now, Mark. We may get a warm August, but I think because July is going to come out a little bit cooler now, so I don't think whatever happens in August we'll be able to say this has been a hot summer. As far as winter is concerned, actually it may be the case, it could be the case that a colder winter tends to be favoured by a warmer Atlantic. It possibly is. So a warmer Atlantic is possibly a slightly better sign, if anything, for a colder winter. Particularly if the warm anomalies are up towards Greenland. If they're up there, then that will tend to favour northern blocking a little bit as well. Okay, so who else have we got with us? So Katrine is with us, Katrine Baso. So thank you so much for Katrine for being with us on our live stream. I've gone to 74 concurrent viewers. Hello, good evening. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Don't forget to give us a like on the video if you haven't yet done so on the live stream. Let YouTube know that you are enjoying it. Okay, so we've got Mark saying at some point could you please do a historic video for the year of 1929. It was a very wet year, even more so between October 1909 and January 1930. I would think that could easily show up as a historic video. There's also a cold winter, of course, for 28-29. That was one of the few cold winters that occurred between 1900 and 1940. So yeah, I don't see any reason at all why 1929 wouldn't show up as a historic video at some point. Andy. It very well could do. Shiram is with us. Evening, Gavin. So good evening, Shiram. Thank you so much for being with us on our live stream tonight. Petipa H is with us as well. So good evening, Petipa. Wayne Moore is with us. Always great to see new names. So good evening, Wayne. Thank you so much for tuning in to our live stream tonight. We've also got Mohammed saying, I really want a repeat of 2017-18. Beast from the East, you want a repeat of a Beast, do you, Mohammed? Well, it's possible we'll get one. We'll just have to wait and see, of course. Okay, so I see that Savvy is with us as well. So good evening to moderator number 2, Savvy. Thank you so much for being with us on our live stream tonight. You did a fantastic job on the 5-day forecast. I mean, everybody's been saying what a wonderful job you did. So thank you so much for doing the 5-day forecast for me today. It's very useful to me to allow me to have a more restful day. So I've had a more restful day, and I'm feeling more refreshed to do this live stream right now. So thank you so much, Savvy, for the 5-day forecast. And you did a great job, my friend. You've also been live streaming on your own channel today, so I had a very busy day. And now you're moderating with Paul the live chat for us tonight. So thank you so much, Savvy, for everything you've done for us today. I've got 77 concurrent viewers right now, so hello, good evening, thank you so much. In around 5 or 10 minutes time, we'll start doing the screen capturing part of the video. Basically, we're going to sort of live stream a 10 to 14 day video update. As I say, I'm unsure how this is going to go, because I am aware that in terms of CPU, we're using at times when we're live streaming, not continuous, but at times we are spiking up to like 100% CPU usage, and so that doesn't give anything at all, you know, in terms of CPU to fall back on. So my computer is really at its limits live streaming now. It's coming up around 6 years old now, this computer. It'll be around 6 years at the end of the year, so it's done pretty well, you know, to be able to perform as it has done. But I think it really is struggling now. I think when I'm live streaming in particular, also I've noticed a little bit actually when I'm doing the recording, you know, when I'm uploading, it's struggling a little bit at times then, but it's particularly when on live streaming, I really am at the absolute limit with it, and so I've got another computer on the way. I've already brought it. I've dipped into GavsWeatherVids earnings. It's really a business expense because I can't do GavsWeatherVids obviously without you know, without a computer, and a decent computer at that. So I've dipped into GavsWeatherVids sort of revenue, and I've got the computer on the way. Of course, I've got to set it all up, so that'll take a little time. So for now, the live streams are on a knife edge, really, in terms of the CPU usage, and I just hope when we do the screens section part of the video, it'll all go okay for everyone. But if there is buffering issues, then that is the reason for the problem, is because we're at the absolute limits now with what the computer can cope with when we're live streaming, unfortunately. But there we are, these things happen. None of us, particularly my computer, but also me myself, are getting any younger. Right, so who do we get to? So Josh White is with us. Good evening, Josh. Thank you so much for being with us on our live stream this evening. Petipa saying she enjoyed, or Petipa saying she enjoyed the live stream, enjoyed the phone call in the live stream on Sunday. So it was quite funny, wasn't it, to hear that ring out after the event. I sort of thought of what I could have said. I when it rang, you probably noticed when it rang, I kind of froze a little bit, really. But after the event, I thought, why on earth didn't I say that we got the Express on the line? I should have said the Express were phoning up. in the middle of our live stream to get a forecast from me, and that would have been quite funny, I think. But it was quite a funny moment, wasn't it, Petipa? Yeah. But I didn't really see the funny side of it at the time, I have to say. Anyway, the phone is unplugged right now. It's unplugged, and that's it. So we won't have any interruptions during this live stream. We definitely will not. Right, I can see that we've had a super chat. So, yes, we always love a super chat, don't we? Super chat, super chat, super chat. We've got a super chat from Mark Hodgen. Thank you so much, Mark Hodgen, for your super chat. I don't think you're asking a question, just saying a little something for your time, Gav. That is so kind, Mark. Thank you so much for the super chat. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for doing that. So it's my pleasure. I love doing the live streams. You know, I absolutely love doing this and spending time with you all. So it's my pleasure to do it, to do it for you. But thank you so much. That's so kind. People are so kind to me, and yes, thank you so much, Mark, for doing that. It's absolutely incredible that you've done that for me. So thanks so much, Mark, for that super chat. Okay, so where do we get to in the live chat? In around 5 minutes, I have to start doing the screen share part of the video because we'll be wrapping this up at 7. I can't overrun beyond 7 o'clock, so we're going to have to wrap this up at 7. So we'll have to start doing the screen share section of the video, basically live streaming a 10 to 14 day update. I'll have to start doing that in around 5 minutes time or so. Right, so we've also got Julian James with us. So good evening, Julian. Thank you so much for being with us on our live stream tonight. We've got we've also got Jack with us as well, Jack Lowe, saying how are you going? Hello, all weather lovers. Hope you've all had a great day. I'm absolutely had an absolutely fantastic day, Jack. It's been nice and relaxed, and I've just been sort of relaxing and waiting to do the live stream. So thank you so much, Jack, for being with us. Shiram saying, I hope you're keeping track of all of the historic video suggestions from everyone. There's been a lot of interesting years. Yep, I certainly am. Shiram, I'm keeping track of all of it, and thank you so much for being with us on our live stream tonight. Sharky is with us, as is Adam Weather Fan and WWE Fan, saying hi, Gavs and everyone. Good evening, Adam. So you're a weather fan and a WWE fan then, I see. James is with us saying, hello, I'm looking forward to the heat on Friday. Was meant to be on holiday in Spain, so good to see some warm weather. It sounds like you're going to have a staycation then, James, as I did a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, it's not going to be too bad at all. We're going to have a day of like Costa del UK weather down in the south and the southeast on Friday, but after that, I'm afraid it's going to be gone probably. Or definitely it will be gone for a few days, but it might come back at some point, of course. Okay, so let's carry on down. Let's see what else you're saying. So again, if you get involved with one another in the live chat, that's absolutely great. We want you to chat away with one another. Chris Taylor said, I think we can get an upgrade. I think we can upgrade this spell to 2 days and 1 hot day. Has been a sunny day in Manchester. It's not going to be too bad tomorrow at all, Chris. It's going to be up to like upper 20s tomorrow. And then even hotter, even hotter on Friday. Graham Doolan is with us. Evening, Gav. Evening, everyone. Another fantastic 5-day trend from Savvy. So optimistic for a hot August, but not confident with Friday potential storms. No, it doesn't look great for storms, Graham. Again, I think the extreme east, and of course, Savvy goes into this in much more detail in the Friday forecast, but I think the extreme east might do okay for thunderstorms, but it doesn't look like a classic sort of thundery breakdown again, unfortunately. Right, let's move down and see what else you're saying. We will do a screen share section of the video very shortly. So everybody's saying lovely things about Savvy's 5-day forecast, so that's absolutely great. Thank you, everybody, for giving plenty of love to Savvy. Adrian is saying, I'm taking the day off on Friday, sit in the garden under the umbrella and drink cold beer. That sounds like a pretty good Friday to me, Adrian. So I hope you have a lovely time. Iceman is saying, evening, Gav, and everyone. Sorry, I'm a bit late. It's absolutely fine, Iceman. You just check in when you can. We're here for an hour, so I appreciate that some people aren't going to be able to watch a whole thing continuously for an hour. So some people will start off with us and then have to go off and do something else. Some people will come a little bit later. Some people will be able to watch the whole thing. Some people will be in and out of the hour, coming and going. It's absolutely fine. You just do, and this applies to everybody as well. You will just do what you can, and you know what works for all of you, and that's absolutely great. So we've also got VK saying good evening. So good evening, VK. Thank you so much for being with us. Somebody is telling me that there isn't any buffering, so that's good to hear. I'm pleased to hear that we haven't got any buffering issues. It's one of those things that, you know, hopefully it'll be okay. I have tweaked one or two of the settings on Streamlabs, because for the time being, it's going to take me a little while to set up the new PC when it arrives. I don't think it'll arrive till next week, and then it'll take me a while to set everything up with it. So for the time being, we're going to have to carry on streaming with this old computer. And so I have tweaked one or two of the settings on Streamlabs. It should, fingers crossed, there we go. It should all be okay with the little tweaks that I've made to Streamlabs. But if you have any problems with buffering, it's whether we're Seth that saying there isn't any problems with buffering, there isn't buffering. So that's great to hear. It could happen because we are at our very, very peak of CPU usage. So at any point you could start getting it. But the little tweaks I've made, hopefully it'll be okay while we have to carry on streaming with this computer until I've got the new one set up. Okay, Neil is with us. So my good friend Neil Cutler saying good evening, Gav, and everyone say good evening, Neil. Weather is cool is with us. So good evening. Weather is cool. Thank you so much for being with us on our live stream tonight. I'll just scroll down, do one or two more, and then we'll start screen capturing. So also, weather is cool is urging everybody to like the stream. So yeah, if everybody gives us a thumbs up on live stream, that would be absolutely fantastic. We've got 83 concurrent viewers. So hello, good evening. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Mark Canis saying, you're right, Gavin, you have improved a lot as a presenter compared to how you were in your early 2012 videos. I still watch them though. Were you doing this sort of thing in the early 2000s? No, I wasn't doing this in the 2000s, Mark. I started in 2012, so the first uploads I did were just after New Year 2012. I started the original YouTube channel. I was pretty bad in those first videos, and then I was just sitting in front of a little webcam. Actually, I wasn't doing any screen record or anything like that. And then I developed things further as the years have gone on. Shiram's back home watching it on his iPad. Anita is with us. So good evening, Anita. Ken is saying, "I see it's going to be hot tomorrow here in Lakenheath, but I won't complain. But I won't complain. I want to feel like it's summer." So yeah, it's warming up very soon. It's warming up very soon, Ken. Neil Ballas, what's your thoughts on summer so far? I think it's been front-loaded one, and August isn't looking too clever. Yeah, it has been a little bit front-loaded. I think the warmest weather so far has been like in late June. But yeah, it possibly has been a little bit front-loaded. Right, I don't think I'm going to be able to take too many more, because I think I'm going to start the screen capturing. So thank you so much, everybody, for being with us. That's absolutely great. So Paul is reporting that he's having buffering. Paul saying there's awful buffering where he is. I'm sorry to hear that, Paul. As I say, it's probably because we're at our limits. You know, it's probably because we're at our limits with CPU usage. I will get it sorted out. So it's just one of those things, unfortunately. If you are experiencing buffering, then I'm very, very sorry about that. Of course, buffering can happen because your internet connection on your end is slow as well. So that can sometimes be a reason for buffering. But I suspect that what's happening is that we're at our limits of CPU, and that's what the issue is. So until we get the new PC, it's probably just something that we're gonna have to deal with, I'm afraid. So we've got 91 concurrent viewers. Hello, good evening. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Right, shall we crack on with that screen capturing? Let's see if we can do it. So I've got Streamlabs up. Now, that's all running much better, actually. When I put Streamlabs up to turn off the webcam and also to turn off the image and start display capture on Sunday, there was a terrible delay, but went on probably around a minute, maybe a minute and a half, before Streamlabs started working, before I could do anything with it. And everybody experienced buffering at that point. So things are looking a lot better on my end, I have to say, with the little tweaks that I've made tonight. Things are looking a lot better. But if people have still got buffering, then it's probably because we're still using a high degree of CPU. But anyway, let's turn off the image. So we'll turn off the image. We will also turn off the webcam. I'm going to go for the next few minutes, but I'll be back later on. And we're going to start display capturing. Okay, we are display capturing now. And we're going to sort of live stream a 10 to 14 day video update. So we're going to go for everything that we would normally go through in a 10 to 14 day video. And the first thing that we're going to look at is at the National Hurricane Center website. So we've got Disturbance 9 in the tropical Atlantic at the moment. So I've just got to get the screen highlighter set up. So we've got Disturbance 9 in the tropical Atlantic. So it's this red disturbance area just here. Oh, that's a nuisance. We've got this red disturbance area just here in the tropical Atlantic. That is disturbance 9, and that is going to become a tropical storm. That will become a tropical storm. There it is. Let's see what the National Hurricane Center are saying. So it's potential tropical cyclone 9, and it's got a 90% chance of becoming a tropical storm in the next 48 hours and a 9% chance of becoming a tropical storm in the next 5 days. If we click on Disturbance 9 or potential tropical storm 9 and go to static cone images, here it is. So it looks like it's going to give a direct hit to Florida. There it is, just there. It looks like this is going to move through Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic as a tropical storm, and then it's going to give a direct hit over the weekend on Florida as a tropical storm. There is not the suggestion at the moment that this is going to become a hurricane, but you know, it's possible it could get upgraded to a Category 1 hurricane in the next couple of days. At the moment, it looks like it'll be a tropical storm hitting Florida. Right, so next thing we'll look at is our latest observations from GavsWeatherVids. Again, this is all looking a little bit better. I don't think we're using quite as much CPU on this live stream because we're not getting the continuous web browser refreshing either that we was having on Sunday. So everything is looking a little bit better with little tweaks that I've made to Streamlabs, I have to say, on this live stream. So we've got 23 degrees down in the southeast corner at the moment. We've got 4 stations recording 23. Southend is at 23. We've also got Headcorn Aerodrome at 23. And we've got London City Airport at 23 as well. And we've got London Heathrow at 23 degrees too. So that's about average for late late July afternoon. It's about what you'd expect, really, at this time of the year. It'll be warmer tomorrow and much, much warmer on Friday. Going further north, we've got Church Lawford at 20 degrees. We've got Scampton at 19 degrees. Going into Wales, Lake Vyrnwy is at 13, and then down to Plymouth is at 18 degrees just there. Leeming is at 17, moving northwards to Dundee, we're at 19 degrees there, and over to Belfast, it's 15. So the warmest temperatures quite clearly in the east and the southeast of the country. Right, these are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. So let's just pull this out a little bit, shall we? So, of course, this is for London, and it's at Old Wet Essential. The red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for London. We're starting off close to average at the moment, but we're going to see upper air temperatures shooting up. We're going to go to around 20 degrees at 850 HPA, as we've been saying, so on Friday. So yes, it does become very hot in terms of the upper air temperatures and probably in terms of the surface temperatures too on Friday down in the southeast corner. After that, temperatures drop away quickly through the course of the weekend. It cools down by the early part of next week after that tremendous heat spike on Friday. We're back down a little bit cooler than average from the upper air temperatures. Now, beyond that, it looks like we're going to see the upper air temperatures beginning to lift up. It looks like the upper air temperatures will start to lift up as we move through into the second half of next week. There's possibly, as we go from like the first week of August to the second week of August, possibly signs of another sort of really quite warm spell. Maybe not quite as hot as we're going to have on Friday, but certainly signs of another warm spell there from like the from the end of the first week of August to the second week of August. So warming up sometime, let's say around the 7th to the 9th or so of August. Precipitation-wise, it does look reasonably dry as well over the next few days. So yeah, complete dry in the next couple of days. Then we've got some rainfall coming up here. So just here we've got rainfall that's associated with this peak of the temperature. So that could be thundery stuff. Doesn't look like a classic thundery breakdown again, unfortunately, at the moment, but there could be some thunder in the east. And then as we go sort of beyond that, it looks like we go into looks like we're going to rather more showery period for the early part of next week. Hopefully you can all see it. It's rather more showery period for the early part of next week, and then drier as we move into the second week of August, and temperatures possibly getting a little bit warmer then too. Temperature anomalies from the 29th of July to the 6th of August. So for northern areas, looking a little bit cooler than average still. For Scotland and Northern Ireland, for England and Wales, looking a little bit warmer than average. Most parts of Europe looking very warm in the week ahead. Precipitation anomalies from the 29th of July to the 6th of August. Drier than average for England and Wales. Wetter than average still for Scotland and for Northern Ireland as well. Okay, so let's have a look at the GFS 12Z then, and we'll see what the GFS 12Z has got to say. That ensemble was the 6 o'clock run ensemble, by the way. The GFS 12Z ensemble hasn't yet updated. So this is what the GFS 12Z is showing. So the situation at the moment is that high pressure is ridging in from the Azores. We've got a nice little ridge building up from the southwest, and if we run through the next few days, we're going to see that high pressure course slips eastwards, and that starts to pull up those hot southerly winds. So here come the hot southerly winds as we go from Thursday and then on into Friday. But you see we've got quite a deep area of low pressure out to our west, so quite quickly that low pressure is pushing a cold front in from off the Atlantic. And so very quickly this hot southerly wind is going to get cut off. But nevertheless, Friday will be a hot day, drawing up hot air from the south. And then we push a cold front across the country, which you might have thought would be thundery. You might have thought it would deliver thunderstorms. It's not going to, unfortunately. Or it may do for the far east of the country, but it's not a classic thundery breakdown. I think you're expecting like widespread thunderstorms across most parts of the country. You will be disappointed again on Friday. The extreme east, if anybody is living in like Lincolnshire, Norfolk, East Anglia, down to the far southeast of the country, Kent, those sort of areas, you might get thunderstorms there, but it really does not look like a classic thundery breakdown. This into the weekend, we've cut off that hot southerly, winds have returned into the west, and things are starting to cool down. We go into the early part of next week, and let's see how we're looking as we go into the early part of next week. So we're sort of showery and quite cool through the early part of next week, and then low pressure comes running in from off the Atlantic into the middle of next week. Still looking a little bit on the cool and showery side. So now we're heading up towards day 10. We're starting to get some higher pressure beginning to re-establish across the country again. So we saw this on the upper air temperature graph. We could start to see warmer weather beginning to develop again as we come to the end of the first week of August. This is the 7th of August, Friday the 7th of August. We're drawing up a really quite a warm to pretty hot southerly wind, and that stays with us as we go up towards day 10 as well. We keep things, actually that's turning into quite a dry and warm spell of weather, I have to say, as we're moving into the second week of August. There's a lot of high pressure on offer with that, so it does eventually start to turn a little bit more unsettled to the north and west, but overall, as we come to the end of the first week of August and on to the second week of August, that looks like it's delivering a lot of dry and pretty warm or even quite hot weather, actually. With that. Right, what else should we look at? So let's look at the UK Met. So this one, of course, only goes out to 144 hours. The situation on Saturday is that we're cutting off those very warm or hot easterly winds, turning the wind into the west. Now, this one's a little bit more unsettled through the early part of next week. I don't think the GFS is bringing in such a deep area of low pressure of this. So Monday could actually turn out to be quite a wet day. There is a bit of uncertainty about the early part of next week and just how unsettled it gets, but potentially Monday, Tuesday could be really quite cool and showery. We'll have a look at the GEM next, and then we'll have a look at the ECMWF midnight run. Again, we can't show the ECM 12Z, unfortunately, not until we get into GMT. This is a GM though, so again over weekend we're sort of cutting off those hot southerly winds, turning things a lot cooler. Then early part of next week does look quite unsettled too, and then we move on into the middle of next week and still looking quite unsettled, maybe relatively warm in the south, but quite unsettled further northwest. Possibly signs of things going drier and hotter again as we're moving up towards day 10 with the GM. Heights are rising from the south. So, yeah, end of the first week of August, it does look as though things could be turning increasingly dry and hot then. What we haven't looked at is the upper air temperature. So let's just quickly go back. Let's have a look at the upper air temperature with the GM and see if the GM is still bringing up the plus 20 Celsius isotherm. So let's have a look at that, see if it's still doing that. So this is how the upper air temperatures are looking on Friday with the GM. Plus 20 Celsius isotherm is just about making it into southern, southeastern parts of the country there. So yeah, it's a close run thing, but it just about. Yeah, we do actually quite comfortably get plus 20 Celsius isotherm into the southeast corner with the GM at midday on Friday. I'll highlight it and show you where that plus 20 Celsius isotherm is. The plus 20 Celsius isotherm is just there with the GM on Friday. Let's look at the GFS for the upper air temperatures and see what they're showing for Friday again. So here we go. Yes, the plus 20 Celsius isotherm is not going quite as far north with the GFS as the GM is taking it, but it does just about get into the southeastern corner of the country. We shall have a look next at the ECMWF, and of course for that we can only show you the midnight run of the ECM. So again, we've got this build of pressure across the country over the next couple of days, drawing up those hot southerly winds, and then we sort of push that cold front across the country as we go from Friday into Saturday. So we cut off the hot southerly, turns cooler, and it turns a lot fresher too. Showers, longer spells of rain is going to be early part of next week, and then the ECM also trying to re-establish this ridge from the south and from the east too. So the evidence is that we probably start to get very warm again sometime around the 7th or the 8th of August. That's how most of this model output is looking. Right, so this is the temperature forecast for 2 meter temperatures from the arpège model at the Weather Outlook. You may have a job to make out these numbers. Hope you can see them okay. Let's just move this up a little bit. Hope you can see this okay. So tomorrow we're looking at maximums with arpège in the southeast of upper 20s, so kind of like 26, 27, something like that. As we go through to Friday, arpège is forecasting. Arpège is hotter with the midday run. Actually, it was for the midnight. The arpège is going to like 35, I think just about to 36 actually there. I think there's a 36 shown, probably somewhere like Heathrow showing there. So arpège is back to forecasting 35 or 36 degrees on Friday afternoon. That's 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday. Intensely hot. That is intensely hot temperatures being forecast by arpège down in the southeast. It's like mid to almost going to upper 90s Fahrenheit. Wide across England and Wales, we're going to be up to like 31, 32, 33, if that's right. But in that extreme southeast corner, maybe somewhere like Heathrow, it does look exceptionally hot on Friday. Very warm night on Friday night in the southeast, with temperatures holding up in the 20s. But Saturday is a cooler day, still quite warm in the southeast corner, still holding on to like mid-20s, but gradually cooling down as we go through the course of Saturday. And by Sunday, actually, the temperatures are looking pretty cool, really, across most parts of the country, barely making it into low 20s in most areas. So that's the high-resolution arpège. Let's see what the high-resolution icon is showing. So, again, this should be going through to the midday run. I think it should be updated for the midday run. Yes, it has. So, again, this is from the Weather Outlook. Please check out the Weather Outlook. You know my connections to the Weather Outlook and to Brian Gaze, a site owner of the Weather Outlook. All the web websites have had a torrid time of it during the coronavirus lockdown and crisis. So I like to support all weather websites, but the Weather Outlook is particularly, it's particularly close to my heart because of the support that Brian has always given me over the years with GavsWeatherVids. So please check out, if you can, please check out the Weather Outlook. Right, these are the maximum temperatures that the icon model is forecasting for Friday. Not going quite as hot. Again, you probably haven't got to make this out, probably can't see it all that well, but not going quite as hot with icon compared to arpège. It's sort of going from maximum around 34, so not quite 35, 36, but it's going up to around 33, 34 down in London. So not much difference really, just a couple of degrees lower with icon compared to arpège. It's going to be a very hot afternoon in that southeast corner with the 20 Celsius ice firm moving up from France. It will be hot there on Saturday afternoon and on Friday afternoon. And then on Saturday afternoon, where it's still very warm in the southeast, but nowhere near as warm. Temperatures sort of mid to upper 20 Celsius, and then Sunday and into Monday it goes even cooler too. So this really is like a one-day wonder, certainly in terms of a peak of the temperature anyway. This is how the precipitation forecast was looking with the midnight run of the UK Met from tameteo.com. So this, I just want to show you this because you see it's not a classic Fundry breakdown. Look, this is midnight. So let's go back one step. So this is like 6 o'clock in the evening on Friday. This is just after we've had our peak temperatures. We're bringing in a cold front from the west. There's a big temperature contrast at this point from east to west. So you might think we'd be kicking off really good thunderstorms at this point. point. But actually you can see that there's perhaps a few showers breaking out from like the North Midlands, southeast England, but not a great deal. Midnight, Friday through to Saturday, yes, we might get some thunderstorms trolling up the eastern side. It's possible the east side we get some storms, but it's a more persistent sort of rain in the northwest on the cold front. And then the cold just comes across the country as a very weak feature, very little in the way of thunderstorms. So people have been asking me if I'm going to do storm watch. I'm keeping an eye on it, and I want to do storm watch, but I'll only do storm watch if there's going to be storms. There's no point doing storm watch if the thunderstorm risk is very low. And at the moment, this does not look like a classic fungi breakdown at all. On into next week, so showers, long spells of rain through the first part of the week, and then things start to turn drier as heights rise to the south and the east through the second part of the week. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10 from the Icelandic Met Office. Gets us to the 8th of August. We have 10 members of the ECM ensembles with high pressure pretty much over top of the country, low pressure out to west, a lot of dry weather involved with that at day 10. Another 10 just here with high pressure to our east, low pressure to our west. These are drawing up very warm southerly winds. 10 with high pressure again to the east, low pressure is to the west. These will again be drawing up very warm southerly winds. So a lot of options pointing towards a push of warmer weather again as like we come to the end of the first week of August. 9 down here with above average heights to our southwest. They're going to be drawing up warm southwesterlies. 7 with a ridge through the country, and 5 with high pressure over and just to the east of the country. Again, drawing up very warm southerly to southwesterly winds. Most options looking anticyclonic and warm at day 10. In 2 weeks' time, which gets us to the 13th of August, we have 24 members of the ECM ensembles with high pressure to our south, drawing up these very warm southerly winds. 14 with high pressure just to our east, again drawing up very warm southerlies. This one is more unsettled, 13 with low pressure and the jet stream coming in from the west. CFSV2, so these are 500 millibar heights broken down into week periods. The first week period takes from the 29th of June to the 4th of July, the 4th of August, I should say. 29th of July to the 4th of August, sorry. I'm rushing now because it's getting a little bit late. So week 1 is 29th of July to 4th of August, high pressure to our south, and increasingly drawing up those warm southerly winds until they get cut off and we turn the wind into the west. Week 2 is going to be the 5th through to the 11th of August. High pressure just over country, really. Again, drawing up those very warm southerly to southwesterly winds. That's quite dry and anticyclonic. Week 3 looks more unsettled. This is the 12th to the 18th of August. Trough of low pressure over country there with blocking up to the north. And so that's going to be a little bit more unsettled and probably a bit cooler as well. And then week 4 looks like this. It's the 19th to 25th of August. Low pressure to our east, above average heights to our southwest. Again, probably a bit cool and a bit showery with that. Weeks 3 and 4 don't look desperately unsettled, but they could be a bit on the showery side and a little bit cooler as well. Weeks 1 and 2 looking quite warm and anticyclonic. Last thing we'll look at is the weeks 5 and 6 temperature and precipitation anomalies from the ECMWF. Of course, we did weeks 1, 2, 3 and 4 with the temperature and precipitation anomalies with the ECMWF yesterday's 30-day look ahead for the UK and for the rest of Europe too. We always show weeks 5 and 6 temperature and rainfall anomalies. We always show that in the live stream. So this is the week 5 temperature anomaly, which takes us from the ECM, takes us from the 24th to the 30th of August. Near normal temperatures for the UK and Ireland. Much of Western Europe looking a little bit warmer than average, but for us, UK and Ireland, we're kind of near normal with the temperature anomaly there. Week 5, precipitation anomaly looks a little bit more unsettled. Again, so like England and Wales in particular, a little bit wetter than average there. It's differently dry than average to our north though. So Scotland, much of Norway looking dry than average. So it's probably some sort of area of high pressure there. However, overall, it looks like Western Europe is probably still a little bit on the unsettled side. Then we go through to week 6 temperature anomaly. This one takes us from the 31st of August to the 6th of September. And near normal temperatures again for Ireland and the UK. Again, most of Western Europe, France, Spain, Portugal, looking just a little bit warmer than average there. Not a particularly big deviation, only around half a degree or so above average. But yes, it does sort of near normal for temperatures again for Ireland and for the UK there. But one difference is with the rainfall anomaly. So it looks like we're going much drier here. Again, we see the 31st of August to 6th of September. Looks like it's going much drier there across not just much of Western Europe, but also up to the UK and Ireland as well, possibly indicative of high pressure getting back in control for the start of September. September, particularly early September, tends to be a time when we get higher pressure. So it would be quite typical to get some higher pressure going through early September. Very typical for the time of the year, if you see what I mean. And Matt might be hinting at that. But bear in mind, it is like 6 weeks away. So it's a very, very, very long time away. Okay, I hope that went okay for everyone. I hope you all enjoyed that. So I'm going to head back to YouTube for the last 10 minutes of the live stream. We shall wrap things up. So I'll get Streamlabs back up. So we'll turn off the display capture. Okay, but display capture has gone. And I think we'll put the image back up. So there we go. The image is back. And also I'm going to get the webcam back as well. So hello, I have returned to wrap up the live stream. I hope you enjoyed all of that screen capturing. And yes, so let's go back to YouTube and see how all of that went. So thank you so much, everybody, for being with us on our live stream tonight. As I say, I hope you enjoyed that sort of live streamed 10 to 14 day video update, and I hope you're all able to see all of the charts and the data. Okay, so we're going to be here for around another 10 minutes, and then I'll wrap up the live stream. Let's just see one or two of your comments. Certainly on my end, this has gone much, much better, I have to say. This has gone much, much better on my end. So I hope all of you haven't had any problems with buffering. I know Paul has had some problems with buffering. But for me, it's been running much more smoothly with the little tweaks I've made, I have to say. So hopefully it's all gone okay for everyone. Right, so where is Cool saying let's get to 100? I don't know what that's about. Maybe it's let's get to 100 people watching. Okay, so Josh is saying good here, Gav, no buffering. Also moving down. I'm going to have to go down for a chat very quick because we've only got 10 minutes before we have to wrap things up. So Sharon saying can't see rain spikes and dates on the GFS chart. So that didn't quite work then, did it? Sorry about that. There weren't that many rainfall spikes to see, actually. Sharon, there weren't that many rainfall spikes to see. Okay, so Dylan saying maybe the GavsWeatherVids summer forecast isn't a complete bust. I think it is anyway, Dylan, even if August turns out to be a relatively warm and dry month. You know, we're going to have a cooler than average July, even with this last hot day. This is going to be a slightly cooler than average July. We did not forecast that in the GavsWeatherVids summer forecast. If anything, we predicted that things will get warmer as the summer progresses. So yeah, it's going to be, the summer forecast is done really, but hopefully the signal we're picking up on for the warmer August, hopefully that will come out okay. Right, okay, so let's see what you're saying. So, moving down, lots of you all conversing with one another. That's absolutely great. We want you to have a chat with one another as well. So, Andy's asking who thinks the summer has been poor so far. Yeah, it's not been great, has it? And it's not been too great at all. Moving down a little bit more. So James Youngs is saying the GFS 12 ensemble are pretty toasty for August. So I think we're probably looking at another warm spell in the second week of August. I think the hints are very much there. that we could get another spell of quite warm weather through the second week of August. Whether things will deteriorate then into the second half of the month for weeks 3 and 4, I think that remains to be seen, but I would anticipate high pressure will sort of get going from the south and from the east during that second week of August. I definitely think it's possible. Iceman saying, oh, no good storms to break out in the heat. Doesn't look great again, Iceman. These thunderstorm, the Fudgy breakdowns have been really quite poor over the past few years, I think. Generally, I know there have been some areas that have decent thunderstorms over the past couple of years, so you can't really generalise with this. But yeah, I think that the Fudgy breakdowns lately have been very poor, really, and this looks like to be another one of those, really. Savvy saying August is looking good. Yeah, it looks like August could be okay through the second week. I don't think Paul's very happy about the chance of things getting hotter during August. So I don't think Paul's that happy about that. Somebody is saying no conspiracy. I just saw a video of USA Channel admitting that. So I don't know what that's about, but we don't do conspiracy theories on GavsWeatherVids. So I don't know what that's about, but please keep any sort of conspiracy theories out of the chat. We don't do anything like that on GavsWeatherVids. Right, we're coming to the end of the live stream, so yeah, we're drawing to an end. I hope you've enjoyed this live stream. We went up to 90 concurrent viewers, I think, which is pretty decent for a Wednesday tea time. And so the live stream's continuing to grow and get bigger. And I just hope everybody is enjoying them. Right, moving down, Mark is saying, will there ever be a 1995 summer, Gavin, at some point over the next few years? I'm sure there will be, Mark. We came very close in 2018. If things hadn't gone down the tubes in August of 2018, we would have been very, very close to a repeat of 1995. We definitely would have been. Right, so I'm at the bottom of the chat, by the way, so hello to all of you at the bottom of the live chat. Again, I'm getting pretty good, aren't I, at getting down to the bottom of the live chat. I never used to get down to the bottom in my older live streams. I used to have to stop somewhere like in the middle of the live chat, but I am getting better at getting to the end of the chat, aren't I? Right, so just wrap up one or two more. So didn't say anything went okay except for the GFS ensemble, so I have to tweet that, I suppose, won't we? Chris McCarthy saying, hi Gav, greetings from Southwest Cork. Which weather model do you think is the most accurate? UK Met, ECMWF. It's always the EC, Chris. Always, as long as I've been watching these models and observing the weather, it has always been the case that the ECMWF has been the most consistent and highest rated model. It still has its place as a consistent and highest rated model. After that, probably the UK Met. After that, probably the GM now. And in last place is probably the GFS. I don't know what they did with the last upgrade of the GFS last year, but they really messed the GFS up, and so the GFS actually fallen behind the GM now in the most recent stats. But yeah, it's always the ECM that rates as the best. As far as the longer range is concerned, I haven't seen any data for the longer range, so I don't know if that, but the ECM would be one of the better models at the longer range, as would the UK Met, I suppose, probably Metro France, and those sort of models. Okay, so I think we've come to pretty much the end of the live stream. Cindy Andy saying, can you order these from you for December? I'm trying to. Yes, I'm trying to do that. Dylan is saying, thank you, Sammy and Paul, for moderating on the Wednesday stream. So, yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much to Paul and also to Savvy for moderating the live stream. You've done a great job. Both of you have been very busy live stream again. So thanks so much to both of you. Jeffers is saying great stream, Gav. So thank you, Jeffers Craft. We've also got Graham's Doolan saying another awesome live chat takeover and God bless. Thank you for that, Graham, and take care as well, my friend. Paul is saying we don't want another polar vortex of doom. No, we certainly don't. And Dylan is asking me, is there going to be an ENSO update this week? Yeah, I think I've probably forgotten this month's ENSO update, haven't I? So we're nearly at the end of the month, actually. So yeah, I'll get that done on Friday. Got one last day, actually, haven't we, on Friday? So the ENSO update will be... Sorry, you just threw me there a little bit, Tim, because I have forgotten about it. But yes, it's going to be on Friday. Friday the 31st of July, we'll have the latest ENSO update for you. Right then, so I think that pretty much brings us to the end of the live stream. So, yes, that's pretty much it. So thank you so much, everybody, for being with us on our live stream tonight. I hope it's run okay. Certainly at my end, it's run a lot better than Sunday's stream did. So the little treats that I've made have definitely helped a lot with this at my end. If anybody did experience any problems with buffering, then I'm very, very sorry about that. You know the recording schedule over the next couple of days, so I don't have to tell you what's coming up. Our next live stream is going to be on Sunday. Hopefully we'll be able to bring you the Beijing Climate Centre winter of 2020-21 in Sunday's live stream, although the charts at the moment are still inaccessible. We will definitely bring you CanSips. CanSips will definitely be featuring in our live stream on Sunday. Saying definite, it's famous last words, but I think it's very likely that CanSips will feature in our live stream on Sunday for winter 2020-21. And if we can bring in Beijing Climate Centre, we will. Right then, so that's pretty much it. Stay safe and stay well, and we're going to see you on Sunday. Loads coming up between now and then, but the next scheduled live stream will be on Sunday. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. Good night.